Good afternoon. Welcome to Firebird Stadium as we get ready for UDC Lacrosse men's action taking on Georgian court this afternoon. The Lions come from the CACC Conference, the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference, defending champions there, and a program that is headed by Mickey Hoover, who is the Mickey Hover, who was the head coach, and today taking on UDC. UDC comes in at 3-3 after the win against Davis and Elkins the other night with a score of 19-18. Mickey Hover's lineup looks like this. In goal, Austin Geisel starts there. Hunter Calvito on defense, number 5. Hayden Fairhurst, number 14. Number 28, a sophomore, Eric Santamaria, who's also a deep hole. The middies are Thomas Hegan, Vincent Giunta, number 4, and number 44, Randy Collins. The attack, number 3, Thomas Lavasser, also up on the attack is number 9, PJ Saraceno, a redshirt sophomore, and Tanner Lee, number 23. And taking a look at UDC, in goal once again will be Matt Miller, 3-3 on the season. 63 saves for Miller, Gerald Frutrell, Jose Leon, and Carson Gregory. The deep holes today. Also, I see some Xavier Harris out there, Josh Segura, as well as the D midi up front. Eric Boko, Turner Allison, Joey Cote, and Jeffrey Vo, and Xander Torres healthy and ready to roll today as well. We are underway as Arthur Parnawat flips it down, and UDC is able to get the first possession as Cal Cummings comes up with it off the wing. However, I believe UDC, yes, has in fact turned it over right away. So after the face-off win for UDC, and Parnawat, the turnover by UDC. Geisel dumping it off to one of his middies. Good ride there by UDC. There's only about 4 seconds just making it across for the clear and beating the clock is the Lions from Georgian court in the navy blue, excuse me, the royal blue. Well, there's my color wheel issues again. As they right there, Randy Collins has dumped it in, who gets it back. It's a junior. He's the leading goal scorer with 8. Collins now moving on Segura. Great save by Miller. Wow. That's going to leave a mark, but big save with a shin there from Miller. As Collins is bringing that one. Behind the goal with Tanner Lee being defended by Leon. Back out to Collins. Moves the ball across the field. And there's a loose ball and picked up the grounder by Miller. So Miller's able to get it. See if UDC had some issues with clears the other day against Davis and Elkins at times, but get it one easily this time. There's Turner Allison being joined out there by Maxwell Hainsberry. He's going to get it over to Kyle Druin now. Druin takes it. Throws it over the corner to Joey Cote, the freshman who has 12 goals in the season already. Eric Boko. Boko, a big game against Davis and Elkins. He's got 10 goals and 3 assists in the season. He had a hat trick against Davis and Elkins. Here comes Turner Allison down the right alley. He's going to fire, and there's a save by Geisel. Geisel handles it nicely. First team all CACC last year. And that is Dylan Poole getting the touch and getting it in for Georgian court. The Lions, Tanner Lee, moving it back to Saraceno. Stuart Chernoff just checking in, part of that second line. Michael Vendereska, excuse me. Tanner Lee turns around Leon and wide open and naked in the front, and shot is missed by Lavasser. And now picked up by UDC. Hansberry loses it though, gets it back for UDC. Now trying to get the clear. The midi getting double teamed right now. He's got a little bit of sideline, loses the ball right here in front of us. It's out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Blue, so that'll stay with UDC. Good break there for the Firebirds as Hansberry was kind of trapped. Jeffrey Vo moving it over to Allison. Jacob Saunders is checked in. Here comes Xander Torres as well. Torres, it was a game-time decision against Davis and Elkins, was terrific. 3 goals, 2 assists in that game. And 5 ground balls. And there's a shot and a goal from Torres again. Xander Torres, 24 points in the season. That's his 18th goal. And he gets his scoring started today with the 11:38 mark into the first. It is a UDC 1-0 lead. So Torres, as he's often done this season, on the board. So Pornowat once again will take the face-off for UDC against Justin. Ionorani, it's a mouthful. Justin Ionorani, the freshman. They got 3 face-off men. Billy Germain will take some as well. Pornowat gets it across, but it is cleanly picked up by the LSM. Thrown back, moved across to Fairhurst. Fairhurst gets it ahead to Poole. Here comes Dylan Poole on the left side. Dylan Poole moves it to Tanner Lee. Cold day here in DC. If you'll hear a lot of sniffling, I don't apologize for that right away. Windy out here as well. Poole moving it. Turner Allison guarding him, and coming up the alley and being held off nicely was Randy Collins. There's a wide open shot. A save from Miller, off the Lavasser shot. And what do we have here? Looks like a UDC turnover. Bringing it in. Saraceno behind the goal. Torres on him. Saraceno with a nice dump to Poole, who fires and scores. Dylan Poole on the board. His 2nd goal of the season. So he evens it up at 1 apiece. 10:35 left in the first, so about a minute and 4 seconds after the UDC goal, we get a Poole goal, an equalizer for Georgian Court, the Lions. Justin Ionoroni against, this time, Mac Hildalgo for UDC. First we've seen a Mac today. Mac's having a good season as well. He's at 51% on the faceoff. Pornowat at 58. 2 have kind of shared the position. Pornowat's just got to get a little bit better with the line change. He might get the lion's share of that work. All right, here comes the Lions after the goal from Georgian Court, Central Jersey, about 199 miles from here. Moving the ball around, nice pass up front, has missed. The right idea, and the man cutting. There's Chernoff with a shot, and it's hit the crossbar, luckily for UDC. Futrell had it for a second and loses it. That's going to be tracked down by the Georgian Court midi, Giunta gets it out, and there's a shot from point-blank range, but knocked away by Miller, who hustles and gets the closest to the ball. Great job by Miller. That's all on the Firebirds goalie. He blocked Tanner Lee's shot, then ran it down. It's a 9:35 left here in this first. It's a 1-1 game. 9 seconds to clear, and it looks like UDC is going to get it as Hansberry just gets in there. Actually 3 to go by the time he crossed the line. Nice pass from Miller. Comes Jeffrey Vo on the right side. Can throw it to the X where Cote is. He moves it to Aribi, who's out there with this group. Jacob Saunders going to try the right side. Saunders gets weighted off by a couple defenders. Good defense there from Georgian Court and Hayden Fairhurst. Turner Allison from the top now. He's got a shorty on him. Goes to his left side. Dots it back to Aribi. Aribi looking to do something. He's going to pull it out. UDC cycling it around the Firebirds here. Saunders going to back up with a 20 on the shot clock. Here comes Saunders with a shot. That's on goal, but it's an easy save for Geisel. And he throws it ahead to the long stick, Longley. Longley's got it cleared and in. He's going to dump it to Tanner Lee. All right, Lee moving it back to Giunta, and he waits. Collins gets it back to him. Another new player in here is Thomas Hegan, number 2, who's backing up with it with the ball right now. 45 on the shot clock, so plenty of time here. Segura, the D-midi in there for UDC. Jose Leon dealing with Tanner Lee right now. 35 on the clock. UDC holding their ground so far. Here comes Collins. Flips it back to the X. Hegan is going to get it out to Lee. Good patience here by Georgian Court. A good defense from UDC. There's a shot and a goal. So Georgian Court now has the 2-1 lead off of that goal. Coming around the corner. Veneresca, with the goal. Michael Ventresca, who is a sophomore, makes it a 2-1 game. Third time was a charm there with his name. All right, so 2-1. Georgian Court, 7:36 left here in the first quarter. So Ventresca out of Hamburg, New York, makes it a 2-1 lead for the visiting Lions. Hidalgo, had the scoop, misses it. Ball's anybody's at this point. Xavier Harris kicking it. Saunders flipping at it. Harris flipping at the same team. They have Saunders finally comes away with it. Jacob Saunders takes it in for UDC, as they will have the offensive possession, trailing for the first time in this game by a goal. There we go in here in the first quarter, about halfway through, more than halfway through the first. Nice move. Players down, though. That's not looking good. We're going to get a timeout. That's a knee injury, perhaps. Hate to see that. Not getting back up to his feet and using that long stick to get off the field and hopping off. Hopefully it's just an ankle for Hayden Fairhurst, the senior. Ooh, he's running on it. Nothing serious there. So Fairhurst from Middletown, New Jersey, the defenseman senior that crossed up there and lost in the turf. Ground's pretty firm here today. A couple days of freezing temperatures will do that for you, but it was really cut up early this week when UDC played out here. Obviously natural grass, lots of rain here earlier in the week when UDC played Davis and Elkins. We've had some unfortunate rain day of or day before games that have really taken its toll on the field, but again with the freezing temps, at least it is no longer a muddy mess. So it's just a hard mud. Here comes Turner Allison. Oh, he's going to wind up a little bit high, but UDC will be closest to the ball with 50 left on the shot clock. Allison, a little high with the shot, but Arabi was back there. Joey Cote moves it back out. Boko back to Allison. UDC down there's a shot from Boko. Low. Boko winding up there. UDC down a pole today with Jaron Adolph out. He got suspended for a game after that fisticuffs against Davis and Elkins. So UDC is a deep hole down today. Here's a shot clock issue. Shot clock is moving, and it should be stopping right now. So we'll fix the shot clock. We're going to add some time, hopefully. Everything's frozen out here today. Maybe that's the problem. So 6:09 left here in the first. It's 2-1 Georgian Court. The Lions, who have come in here with a 2-game win streak. They beat Southern New Hampshire. They beat Malloy on Tuesday 10-8. Mickey Hover, who is the head coach at Georgian Court, he is the first head coach of the program, starting back in 2014 when he was hired. 2015 was the 5th season, so this is season number 5 for the coach of the Lions. And this is the second year in the CACC, and they were the 2019 champions and repeat winners of the CACC championship. So 2-time champions of their league. They're against UDC, of course, the East Coast Conference, the ECC. UDC 3-3 on the year after the win on Tuesday over Davis and Elkins. I think we're getting the clock situated. It's going to be at 45 with the restart here for UDC. Cote out of the timeout. He's going to go behind X. He's going to bring it around to Kyle Druin. Druin 5 goals in the season. Back to Cote, to Druin. Flips it quickly to Turner Allison, quickly to Cote, trying to keep it hot here. Cote over to Xander Torres, who has a lone UDC goal. Tough pass, but Cote does a nice job of scooping it up. 23 on the clock, 22. Here goes Boko. He thought about it. Turner thinking about it. He's going to shoot it and score! Turner Allison, number 12 on the season. He had 4 against Davis and Elkins. He is so dangerous out there. The great thing about Turner Allison is we saw last year, he could have done that with a long stick too. Deadly shooter. So 5:35 left in the first. We have a 2-2 game. Iannarone. Again, this time Pornowat for UDC. He and Hidalgo alternate often. Pornowat 31 ground balls in the season, 58% in the face-off circle, just under 59%. So here we go. The other day with the rain, they had to move the face-off circle outside of the circle many times. It was kind of a work in progress. Save the middle of the field. And in the end, did a pretty nice job. Pornowat loses it. Won by Georgian Court. Hegan's taking it in. Thomas Hegan up the right side, the freshman. He'll throw it ahead to Lavasser. He moves it over to Chernoff. Cradling, Torres on him. That was Gianta. Chernoff makes a move on Allison. Gets weighted off there by Futrell. There's a shot that's going to be stopped by Miller and covered up by Matt Miller. Nicely done. He can't scoop it up, though. He's having a hard time with the crease there. Quickly get it to Leon. Leon looking for some options here. Back to Miller. Miller's good with the sticks. Got a couple of assists. Not afraid to throw it ahead like he did right there to Jacob Saunders, but they've only got 6 on the clock. They got to do a better job. Here goes Torres. Got it in with a few seconds to spare. Throw it ahead to Boko. Boko sees an opening. Gives it to Torres. Torres to that left hand trying to get a shot. He's going to get called for wading off using the offhand, yeah. The right call there. You can't use that offhand to knock away the pole. Geisel throws it ahead, easily into the cradle of Gianta. Get into Randy Collins down the right side alley. Josh Segura. Nice job as the midi for UDC there. Gianta shot is blocked before it ever gets there. I think Xavier Harris took a piece of that, and Jose Leon comes away at the grounder. Leon moves it back to Matt Miller. Again, Miller playing the role of quarterback here on these clears. He's only got 9 left. Quickly gets it ahead to the midi. Oh, the ball just dies in the middle of the field, but somehow Turner Allison scoops it up and gets it across. So Allison gets the touch for UDC. Did business on offense, 2-all game. Torres and Allison with the UDC goals. Boko waiting for the call from the sideline to get set up here. Cote in the corner, gets it. As Boyd moves it. Cote, nice move to Allison, and another goal! Turner Allison from Joey Cote. British Columbia to Quebec. 18, or make that 13 goals for Turner Allison in the season. It'll eventually be 18. Who knows? The way he's going today could be before the day's over. 3-2 UDC, 2:54 left in the opening quarter play. Really good move from the freshman Cote to find the wide open Allison. He just wound up. You can't give him the time and space. The Georgian Court's defense did that time. Turner's hot once he gets across that blue line. Pornawat had the win, then loses it. And it's scooped up nicely. And straight ahead is Longley, but he loses it. Picked up by Poole for a minute. Longley still fighting for it. Longley able to get it. First team CACC last year. And getting the touch is Tanner Lee. Back to Poole. Moves it to Collins. So Collins coming up here on the left side. Leon's checking him. Leon on Collins. Waits for the screen from Poole. He looked to shoot, but then gets it back to Poole. Good defense from Turner. Turner Allison again plays some long stick as well. Chance we could see him with it today. Collins couldn't get the thing. Oh, the ball is kicked in the air and into the webbing. The big mesh of Matt Miller. Throws it over to Carson Gregory. Freshman flips it back to Miller. Miller looking for some options. Finds his midi coming out. Hansberry, he's got it cleanly. And into the zone. Here comes Maxwell Hansberry. Over to Boyd. Boyd moves to DeVoe. Slips it to Extra with Cote. It's coming out of there. Had an assist on the last goal. Boko with it. We're at the clock ticking towards 1:25 left here in this first quarter. Chilly, windy day here in DC, UDC, Firebird Stadium. If you're listening on the stream, you're probably watching. You're smarter than most of us that are out here. Here comes Hansberry. Oh, and that goes out of bounds. Will stay with UDC. Lost the ball for a second. Well, he really put some heat behind that one. So 1:03 left here in the first, 25 on the shot clock. Boyd moves it to Cote, back to Boyd. Over to Xander Torres. Under a minute now. Because Hansberry shot, and that doesn't get there. He picks it up. Now there's only 9 on the clock, so hopefully they're aware of the clock. Torres is, and he's going to shoot, but right on goal. And Geisel has it easily. And with 39 seconds, he's going to flip it out and see if the Lions can get a shot on goal before the end of this period as Fodali gets it in there. Ball pops up, and it's loose, knocked away by Hansberry briefly. Xavier Harris had it for a second. He flips it ahead. Segura's diving for it, and it's out of bounds with just 13 seconds left here in the quarter. It's going to Georgian Court. They get it in quickly, moving fast. Georgian Court trying to get a shot off before the buzzer, and they do, and that's going to be a wide shot. There's 3 seconds left here in the first. Georgian Court, that was Michael Ventresca's shot. It was wide right. So Ventresca shot wide right with, they're saying at 3 seconds. So they're just going to say it's 3 seconds left here in the quarter. So here we go. 3 seconds, see if they can make something happen. I believe that's Tanner Lee being guarded down there by Leon. They're going to have to try to get something right towards the goal mouth and hope somebody just pops it in. It's going to be real fast. Waiting on the clock is, again, we're trying to add time here. And here we go. We're ready. On the whistle, here it goes. And that should about do it. And the shot is never going to be connected. Well, it was a late horn. And that's going to do it. End of one. UDC leads it by the score of 3-2. We'll come back with the start of the second quarter as the team switch sides here momentarily on the Firebirds stream. Getting ready here from Firebird Stadium for the second quarter play. UDC with a 3-2 lead on top of Georgian Court from central New Jersey, Lakewood, New Jersey. In the royal blue, we'll be going left to right this quarter. UDC, of course, in the white and the black trim. Mac Hidalgo back in the face-off circle for UDC. And once again, Justin Iannarone is in there for the Lions. Picked up cleanly from UDC off of the flip. Nicely done, but they turn it over after Xavier Harris was able to pick it up and get it in. Kyle Cummings, number 6, not 20. Far side of the field, that's Giunta Segura, the shorty on him. Moves it back over to Collins. Flips it over here on the near side. That's Hegan. Hegan had a nice move for a second there to get some space. And Cummings. Futrell with the defense there as the player falls down there. Collins shot and goal. Wow. Knocked the water bottle off and everything. Collins. Big time shot to even the score back at 3-all just 48 seconds into the first period, or second quarter, excuse me. So Collins gets on the board for Georgian Court. The junior who has the most goals in this team, 9 now on the season. Came into the day with 8. He's now the 9 for the season. And it is a tie ball game. Hidalgo going to give it a go for UDC. And a legal procedure call on the new faceoff man, Jermaine. So Jermaine gets hit for the, or excuse me, not Jermaine, it was Hidalgo that got hit for the violation. And here comes Poole for Georgian Court. Just a minute into the second. It's a 3-3 game. There's Xavier Harris giving all kinds of heck out there. Coming down the side is Poole on the right side, flips it back. Lavasser looking for a haul, slips, loses his laundry for a second, and a little yard sale action. Nicely done for UDC. The field and assist on that one from the defense. Miller walking it out. Gets Leon here up the right far side of the field. He's got some space, needs to get it across. He's only got 5 on the clear. He slips, oh boy. Throws it, the dart, gets it over, but it's now a 50-50 ball that is picked up by the deep hole Longley, Trey Longley. Santa Maria back to Geisel. Geisel throws it over, finds his midi, gets the clear to Giunta. Players hitting the deck left and right out here. It's really getting chopped up here in the middle, in front of the goal. There's the shot and a save from Miller. Big time save from Miller, picked up by Torres. Xander Torres now getting the clear. Big shot for Thomas Curry. That was denied. Excuse me, that was Fadali. 43, not 42. 55 on the clock for UDC. Jeffrey Vo moving it to Turner Allison. UDC trying to get set up here. Eric Boko waiting on Jacob Saunders as they switch. Vo over to Hansberry, back to Vo. Vo looking to shoot, no, fakes it. Turner Allison, always hot, but doesn't. He passes it over to Boko. Still plenty of time on the clock, 27. Boko gonna move it over to Hansberry. Quickly to Vo. Vo to Turner Allison, back to Vo. Over to Hansberry, 14 on the clock, 13. Suddenly UDC's got to hurry up. Cote Back to Hansberry. Hansberry going to fire. No. Gets it to Vo. Not being too choosy here. You got to shoot. Saunders shoots, but it's not on goal, and there's only 1 second left. And no, this is going to be a turnover. Cote is just going to leave it. UDC got a little too choosy there all of a sudden with the shots. Give Georgian court credit, packing it in there nicely. Not a whole lot of movement from UDC off the ball either, crashing towards the crease. So here goes Georgian court with a clear. That's Collins going down the far side. Xavier Harris poking at him with the deep hole. It's 3 minutes into this second period of play. Coming in with some momentum there was Chernoff. Back to Poole. He's got it to Randy Collins, the leading goal scorer. Already has one today. Flips it over to X. And around, no, good defense on Tanner Lee there by Harris. Here comes Poole into Lee, who misses. Wow, he got there naked. He was turning around. I think he was surprised there wasn't any contact. He had some room. 10:30 here left in the second, 33 left in this clock. Chernoff moving it over to Collins. Collins weighted away by Harris. They move it. There's a shot and a goal. No, off the crossbar. Or the post on the left side was Saraceno's shot. Boy, it's the close you can get to scoring without scoring. So UDC dodges a bullet, but it's a brand new shot clock now for Georgian court. Collins, the X position, Hansberry on him. He's going to try to wrap it around and gets it out the pool. Quick hands, and there's another shot from Saraceno, which is saved. Carson Gregory gets it stripped from behind. Ball's loose, and there's a shot up front blocked by Harris. There's another shot that's going to be denied as well by Tanner Lee. And picked up by Futrell. Wow, UDC able to dodge a couple really good chances there from the Lions of Georgian court. Now they got to get the clear. Just 9 seconds left to do that. Miller's got to pick up the tempo. Now he gets it to the long stick, and he's going to throw it across. I don't know if we had time for that, and I don't think he does. Yeah, that's a violation, yep. Failure to clear. Boy, just way too casual. Way too casual with the deep holes. They got to have more sense of urgency, and where are the middies? And come back. Wind is really roaring out here. 9:13 to go, 3-3 game. Georgian court after the UDC failure to clear violation, back in the offensive zone. Defense from the Firebirds. That ball is going to go back. Yes, UDC with a break there. Good defense. So a turnover by the Lions. Quickly, UDC in there. Druin was looking to shoot. Flips it over to Boko, who will shoot and score! Eric Boko from Kyle Druin, his 11th of the season. Puts UDC on top 4-3. .844 left in the first half. Boko from Kyle Druin. Good job by Druin. He had a good shot, but he thought Boko had a better shot, and he was 100% correct about that. Turner Allison here on the near side wing, got a big grin on his face. Get ready for the face-off here as Pornawat is in the circle again for UDC. Flips it, gets some turf out of there. Billy Germain fighting for it, and he loses it. It's picked up by Turner Allison. So Germain was in the circle that time for Georgian court. Came into the day. Germain had a terrific average. Well above 50%. Converted 20 of 34 coming into the day. We'll get you the numbers after the half. Officially how it looks. Turner Allison taking her out for UDC. 60 on the clock. Boko's out there with him. Hansberry, Druin, Xander Torres, and Joey Cote. There's Boko moving it. Torres over to Druin. Druin faked the shot. Boko again. This time it's blocked before it ever reaches the goal. Hansberry's going to run it down. He's got it cleanly. 40. Whoa, good footwork there. 35 rather on the clock. Turner Allison over to Boko. Keeping it hot here is UDC Hansberry. Whipping around the corner, fakes it. Turner Allison over to Boko. Boko again looking to shoot. No. Oh, Druin loses it for a minute. It's kicked around. It's going to be picked up by Georgian Court. They're going to get it back, and they flip it over to Geisel, the goalie. Quickly gets it out to his midi, who's got the clear. That is Anthony Fadali. Somebody better stop Fadali before he takes it all the way in, but they wait him off. Lavasser whips it back out. Ball was lost for a second, or so he thought. Collins coming in. Saraceno around the corner, flipping it back. Ball's popped up in the air. And picked up by Turner Allison off of the Hegan turnover. Turner has got a head of steam. He's going straight away. Nobody's going to stop him. He's going to shoot, and he hits the post. Oh, Boko gets the rebound. Oh, he hit the left post. They are going to timeout. Coach. Wow, Coach Culver says timeout with 6:42 to go in the first half. Turner Allison got a chance to wind up. This is a dream come true for him. And Turner, who's already got 2 goals in this game, staring that hat trick down the barrel and hits the left post, and it comes kicking back and saved by possession saved by Eric Boko, and then timeout for UDC. They'll have 77 on the clock when we get back. They're doing a stick check on Turner's stick right now as we speak. We'll make sure the webbing's legal after he made a pickup. He's usually got really good control. Doing stick checks on both teams right now. The tough thing with the stick check and the webbing is, may start as a legal stick before the game, but eventually, as the game goes on, where the webbing gets a little deeper, the pocket gets a little deeper, I should say. I think we're within limits. Nobody's coming away with anything. So that's Pool stick and Turner stick. They're looking at the webbings, the depth of them, depth of the pockets. I don't know. We're still holding on here. Wait a second here. Turner's getting the stick back. All right, Pool's back. Everybody's fair. Okay. So everybody's legal. Have not seen a stick violation this year. And it's really a pocket violation. Jacob Saunders, the restart. Jeffrey Vo. Cote out there. Boko. Druin, who has it now, over to Xander Torres. Boko up here on the top. Boko has got the most recent UDC goal to make it 4-3. That's where we stand right now. Nice pass in the middle. Oh, but misses Cote. Good idea. He flashed, but now it's turned over. Cote was there for a minute. Santa Maria, though, able to scoop it up and gets it back to Geisel, who quickly gets it ahead of Fadali, and we have the touch from Poole. Well executed by the Lions. Lavasser back to Poole. Pulls to the X. Jacob Saunders on him. He's got the shorty on him. He sees it. He's looking for options. Moves it around to Lavasser. Chernoff denied by Xavier Harris. Saraceno coming around the end. Moves over to Tanner Lee. Tanner Lee falls down. Leon on him now. Leon's all over Lee as he loses it. Loses the ball. And what do we have? Oh, we got a timeout. Wow. Saved by the timeout was a quick timeout and a smart timeout by head coach Mickey Hover. So Hover with the timeout for Georgian Court gets the clock stopped at 5:31. UDC on top 4-3. When we come out of the timeout, it'll be Georgian Court with 38 seconds left on the clock. Georgian Court seasons look like this. They lost to Mercy 19-8. New York Tech 14-8. Two very good teams UDC familiar with. Winners over Southern New Hampshire and Malloy on Tuesday. UDC season started with a loss to New York Tech as well. A win over Barton, a loss to Chestnut Hill, win at Felician, loss to Wilmington, and of course the win over Davis and Elkins the other day, 19-8. Excuse me, just a few days ago. All right, out of the timeout, Georgian court with the possession. All right. Petresco's the guy who started. He falls down. He's back up now. Here comes Saraceno. Good defense from Petrell. Chernoff back to Saraceno. Saraceno looking to shoot it. He scores. And he pumps his fist. What a shot. Boy, that was a laser. 4-4. 5:11 left in the first. So Chernoff on the board. And Stuart Chernoff, the freshman, that's his second of the season. Pornawine in the face-off circle once again. And he gets a win. Pornawine with the face-off win. Xander Torres taking it in for UDC here on the near side. Down the left side is Torres taking it to X. He's going to run back there. Now he's coming around the bend. Nobody stopped him. He's going to jump in the crease and shoot it, but waiting on it and making an easy save was Geisel. Torres thought he had an advantage there, and he might have for a second, but didn't do much of it. Here comes Hegan, gets the touch in to Lavasser. Back out to Giunta. Here comes Collins trying the left side, gets it back to Saraceno. Ball's on the ground, can't get picked up though. The Futrell chases it. Saraceno able to save the possession. Oh, nice D from behind from Torres. Got a yard sale out there. Wow, here comes Boko in a hurry after the yard sale on Giunta. Boko's going to wind up. He's going to shoot it. He's going to score. Eric Boko on the fast break. Puts UDC back on top, 5-4. So Boko's second. 3:58 left here in this first half. Eric Boko. 2 goals, 12 in the season now. Another opportunity for a hat trick for Boko and Turner Allison today, both with 2 goals. You got the one from Torres. Big time defense, though. It's really what got that started. The yard sale in the crease, or right up, in the front of the crease, picked up, and the transition from defense to offense by UDC. Portawat picks it up with a win, flips it ahead. Oh, wildly, though. A little too much pepper on that. As he puts Turner Allison to the ground. No, we got a timeout, though. Whew, good job. Coach Colbert, big time timeout there with 3:50, saving that possession. I think Portawat, he gets a clean win, but you can't have those turnovers. Be careful with it. UDC will have the ball, 77 on the shot clock after this timeout. Portawat, they're doing some work in the face-off circle today for UDC. UDC goals today again. Torres made it a 1-0 game. And there's 2 goals by Georgian Court, followed by 2 Turner Allison goals. We were 3-2 after 1 period of play. First goal of this period was scored by Collins of the second for Georgian Court. Then Boko with a goal to make it 4-3. The Georgian Court answer made it 4-4, and then Boko on that fast break made it 5-4 UDC. And that's where we stand right now with 3:50 to go in the first half. Chilly day here at Firebird Stadium. So Turner Allison get it started for UDC. He's got Boko out there. Cote, who throws it to at the X. Uribe, who's parked out in front of the crease. Boyd, who just moved the ball to Torres. Back to Boko. Turner Allison trying to move it around quickly. There's Boyd being held off. Back over to Boko. Back to Boyd. Xander Torres quickly moving it. Good movement here from UDC. Keeping the ball hot. Nice dotted pass, but oh, Boyd can't handle it. Right idea from Boko. Boyd just couldn't handle it with the pressure. Oh, there's big time ride, but it's popped up and saved by Georgian Court. UDC had it for a second. Poole with the head of steam coming at it. He's going to drop it back off and get a reset for Georgian Court as they've got the line change coming out. Ventresca moved it to Collins. Ventresca over to Saraceno. Back to Collins. Ventresca. Lavasser all the way back over to Saraceno. Saraceno trying to split the defense. There's 30 on the clock. Ball's loose. Futrell pick it up. Yes. Futrell. Gerald Futrell comes out of that. Ventresca tries to take him down, but Futrell flips it back to Carson Gregory, who loses it. Uh-oh, pressure's on here for Gregory. Can he get it? Flips it back to Miller, who's out of the crease. Miller's just going to have to make a run up for it. UDC needs to get the clear and quickly. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, boy, this is a disaster waiting to happen as Gregory just throws a Hail Mary. And it's tipped and picked up by Georgian Court. They got numbers they wanted, but they quickly regroup. Throw it down to Tanner Lee. Boy, UDC not get the clear there. This was a mess from the start. Saraceno looking to wind up, shoots and scores. Equalizer. PJ Saraceno. The CACC Rookie of the Year in 2019. Makes it a 5-all game. Good back and forth between these two teams. Nobody's really got much breathing room today. 1:32 left here in this first half, excuse me. Saraceno now on the board for, makes it 5-all. I got to check on that fourth goal. Might have called the wrong number on that. So we'll get all the numbers straight at halftime for both of these teams. The official stuff. Pornowat flips it out. But can UDC possess it is the question. Segura has it for a second, still chasing, still fighting with it. Segura gets the clear and has it picked off. Nice steal there by Longley. Longstick, he's really good. They knock it away from Longley now. Now it's being fought for by Turner Allison up the right side. It's still loose. There's contact down there. The ball is still being swatted at. It's coming a field hockey game, and suddenly, out of all that, it is a Mulholland possession over to Geisel. And a failure to clear on Georgian Court. Interesting. I guess they call possession for Georgian Court. Wow. I don't know about that. Anybody ever had possession of that ball? 27. Wow. Okay. Cote, the Boko, the Saunders, back out to Turner. Allison, who moves it over to Reby. Boyd flips it to X, and that's where Cote is. He's walking it out. Now over to Boko. 60 seconds on the shot clock. It's a 5-all game. Wind it up and shot as Saunders, but right into the mitt, if you will, of Geisel. The big webbing. 20 seconds left in the half. Geisel calmly flips it to Santa Maria, who gets the clear ahead to Hegan. Hegan with a head of steam. Trying to go through some traffic and loses the ball on the way up. Leon's able to pick it up for UDC. Going to probably run up a clock. Just 5 left. Flips it over to Gregory, who's chasing it, and that should do it for the end of the first half. We got a 5-5 game, been a good one between Georgian Court and UDC. We'll take a timeout, get warm, come back with the start of the second half on this side here on the UDC TV stream. Get ready for the start of the second half here momentarily from UDC. 5-5 game between Georgian Court and UDC. Firebirds have been outshot so far by Georgian Court 20-16. Ground balls a 15-9 advantage to UDC. Face-offs, UDC with a 7-5 advantage there. Clears UDC were 0 for 2 in the second quarter, but 5 for 7 for the game. Georgian Court 7 of 8. No extra man opportunities so far. 8 saves from Matt Miller. Geisel has 6 saves. UDC 9 turnovers, 6 for Georgian Court. Goals, I did think I had one wrong, and I was correct. I was wrong. Saraceno has 2 goals. He had the 4th goal, number 9, and the 5th goal as well for the Georgian Court Lions. So apologies to the Saraceno family out there who's watching potentially on the stream. So the goals for UDC's Ender Torres, Turner Allison, Eric Boko. Allison and Boko with 2 apiece. Matt Hidalgo going to take the first face off this half against Germain. Ventresca. And again, 2 from Saraceno. Collins and Dylan Poole has a goal as well for the Georgian Court squad from Central Jersey. So we're 5-all, and UDC with the first possession. That's Joey Cote. Moving around to Turner Allison. Boko to Jacob Saunders. Over to Xander Torres. Over to Cote. Sun's peeking out a little bit more. It's not really helping. Cold day here in the nation's capital. But been a good lacrosse game so far. Both these teams played well, been clean. And it was a fast first half, too. Can't ask for much more than that. And a tight game. Boko thinking about the windup. Torres back to Boko. Boko is going to shoot it low. Grounder does not reach the goal, goes wide. And it's going to stay with UDC. 27 on the clock. Cote flipping over to Saunders. Back to Cote. Cote quickly to Torres. Fakes it. It shoots it. And on goal and saved by Austin Geisel. Geisel, his first team all-conference player in the CACC. Geisel's done a nice job out here today. Picked up, all right, by Turner Allison. Good ride by UDC to cause a turnover. Allison's able to pick it up, hands it over to Torres. Or fakes the handoff to Torres. Oh, the old hidden ball trick. You had me for a second. Cote over to Boko. Vo over to Turner, back to Turner. Vo cutting through some traffic. Tough shot from Vo is wide left, and they're going to say closest to the ball was the deep hole, Calvito. Hunter Calvito, good hustle there for the Georgian Court Lions who get the possession there. Geisel flipping it ahead to his midi. Hegan who gets the clear, but he gets it stripped on the way out. It's loose, and it's last touched by UDC's Boko. Good call by the ref Hegan. Making her hard on. Good hustle by Boko. The attackman not to let him get an easy clear. Collins into Saraceno, who's got the 2 goals. Last 2 goals, matter of fact, for Georgian Court. Tanner Lee with a nice spin move in front of the crease. Shoots it, but saved. Winding up's Collins, and he's got a goal and a lead for Georgian Court. Randy Collins, leading goal scorer for Georgian Court, draws first blood here in the third. It's now a 6-5 lead for the Lions. So we're not quite 3 full minutes into the third quarter. 2:50 into the third. It's a goal for Georgian Court's Collins. Taking the face off. Billy Germaina. It's Fornawat. Germain is able to win it. Gets to Poole. Poole gets the touch. Poole's got a goal today. Hear the audible sounds of the wind here cutting through this field right now. Spring sport. Saraceno back to Chernoff. Poole. Saraceno trying to bully his way down there. Gets his shot off and a goal! And a hat trick for PJ Saraceno. Suddenly, it's a 2-goal lead. First 2-goal lead of the game for either one of these teams for the visitors from Georgian Court. A little 3-goal run as well, continuing from the first half after UDC took the 5-4 advantage. It has been 3 straight Georgian Court goals here. Germaina again in the face-off circle. This time it's going to be Mac Hidalgo. Carson Gregory here on the near side of the wing. Far side is Torres. Mac Hidalgo flips it ahead to himself, but he can't pick up the grounder. Ball still popped up in the air. It's going to be picked up by Georgian Court player Hegan. Gets it back to Geisel after a couple touches. And back to Hegan. Hegan trying to get the clear. Coming here on the near side, he's got it. Thomas Hegan waiting for the line change. Now he's going to go out, sprint across. 2 new middies in. Stuart Chernoff's one of them. Ventresca looking to shoot with that left hand, and he does. Wow. Floodgates have opened here suddenly on UDC as the Lions have scored 3 straight goals to start the third quarter. It's a 4-goal run continuing from the second. 10:43 left here in the third. It's an 8-5 Georgian Court lead. Once again, Mac Hidalgo. It's Billy Germaina and Saunders along the Futrell on the wings here for UDC. Illegal procedure, so UDC will get possession. We got Turner Allison back playing D-pole right now for UDC. Switch some things up. So Saunders, Cote, Boyd, Boko, Torres, and Druin out there now for UDC. A turnover by the Firebirds. And they're unforced error, just 25 into that clock. Geisel walking it up. Yep. Nobody riding him. Calmly flips it over. And the clear. There's Collins. A legal procedure call on Georgian Court. Wow, big break for UDC off of their unforced error. Here comes Josh Segura in a hurry. Gets it over to Boyd. Joey Cote taking to the X. Back out to Hansberry, who moves it to Boko. Boko waiting for Torres to come out. He flips it back to Xander Torres, who comes into the game. Cote flips it across to Hansberry as moves to Boko. UDC keeping this thing hot as they're spreading out the Georgian Court defense. It's really packed in there. Not really giving a whole lot of room to operate. But here's a shot from Cote that's going to be saved by Geisel. Geisel now flips it ahead. He's got his midi. And Dolly was checked by Boko, but he clears it. Fadali gets it ahead. It's Levasseur. Levasseur to Collins. Collins, the Saraceno's already got 3 goals. Hegan back on the field. Over to Saraceno. Saraceno trying to work on Turner Allison. Oh, Turner is going to get a penalty. Get that stick a little too aggressively. Up, and here's an opportunity for a shot and missed. And now we're going to see UDC go a man down for the first time today. We have a penalty that's going to send somebody to the box. Turner Allison playing long stick for the first time we've seen this season. Maybe did on the road, but played a lot of it last year. But another problem for him has been getting in the penalty box. So he's out for a minute. They call him for a slash, or what the call was. Never got the word on it, but he definitely was aggressive. The stick a little high towards the head on one of the checks. There's a shot from Collins. It's wide as he loses his footing. UDC trying to kill off this penalty. Saraceno's going to wind up, and he's got a 4th goal, upper right corner. 7:50 left in this third quarter, and it's been a nightmarish start to the third quarter for UDC. Not even halfway through it yet, and then a fourth goal from Georgian Court. 5 straight. Floodgates are open in here a little bit. Billy Germana from Egg Harbor Township facing off against Mac Hidalgo. Hidalgo trying to, excuse me, that's not Hidalgo, that's Pornawat digging it out there to Torres. Torres coming here on the near side, got that big wrap on his knee. I remember a couple games ago, it was a week ago today, a bunch of hits to that knee. Boko to Saunders. Of course, with the goal, the penalty's over, so Turner Elson back out there as a deep hole. Cote thought about it, flips it over to Torres. Torres over to Saunders. Saunders redirects to Torres. 45 on the clock. Boko saying, somebody move. Boko's like, somebody dive. Nobody's moving. Druin back over to Boyd. Boyd flipping it over to Cote. To Torres. Torres a low shot, but it's going to be easily handled by Geisel. Georgian Court, when they pack it in there, really giving UDC some fits here. They unable to get any clear shots off it. Easy pass ahead to Poole, who's got a head of steam. He gets a touch. He's going to pull it back out. For a moment, it looked like he had a direct run at the cage, but pulls it out instead. The Georgian Court in business here with a 4-goal advantage. Yeah. More than halfway through the third now with 6:14 to go in the third. Saraceno's already got 4 goals. Coming up, going to his right side, flips it over in the middle, but it's blocked away by Jacob Saunders. Still on the ground, though. Torres almost had it, but nobody has it. Futrell has it now for UDC as he's being chased. Futrell trying to break through some players. Big, strong move by Futrell to get it across through all the traffic and all the sticks coming at him. Still keeping the ball, looking for a shorty to get it to. He gets it to Jacob Saunders. Great run by Futrell. Really good clear. I mean, did that on his own. Everybody's slashing at him. Nicely done. Cote gets it in. Now to Druin as the ball's being moved around by UDC. Georgian Court's going to let them just throw it around the horn. They're not worried about that. They're keeping the cutters so far. Not a lot of action going towards the net for UDC. Druin tries to cut through there. Cote cuts through there now. Jeffrey Vogt quickly over to Boyd. Back over to Druin. Quickly gets it back to Boyd, who finds Bull, who gets taken out. And we're going to get a penalty. He got hit high. And whenever this ball changes possessions, and it does now, UDC will go a man up for the first time with 4:55 to go here in this third quarter, trailing by 4 goals. 9-5 to Georgian Court. Bo gets up. He's trotting off, but boy, he took a pretty good one there. Christopher Mulholland's going to go in. So Mulholland takes the penalty for that hit. 4:55. Code to Druin. Over to Hansberry. Boko. Over to Hansberry. Back over to Boyd and Druin. Aribi's out there now too. Cote Boyd, who shoots in a save by Geisel. So there's one shot for UDC, and it's seen by Geisel. Throws it ahead. In the clears, Hegan gets it off to the midfield stripe. He's running it around. Running around, going to kill off the rest of this penalty for the Lions. Randy Collins running ahead, killing more of the penalty. And the penalty's over. We're back to even. And the new player, Levasseur, comes on. Gets the ball. Now he's got Boko on him. Trying the right side. Boko pushing Levasseur off. Levasseur going to try it again. This time he flips it to Tanner Lee. Tanner Lee with Jose Leon on him. Lee spins around to Levasseur. Collins now with Carson Gregory on him. Hegan quickly gets it over to Poole. Poole tries the right side alley. Flips ahead, gets in front of the crease and shoots it and misses. And it's going to stay with Georgian Court, but that's a shot clock violation because that was not on goal. No, it's not a violation. Sorry, it's a 1 second left, and now it's a violation. Now it's officially a violation. All right. The UDC dodged one there, but did not get anything out of that man advantage. 3:05 to go in the third, excuse me. Whew. Leon doing a good job misdirected to get up there, but loses the ball. Can he flip it ahead? He does. He's able to get it in, but loses it in the corner. And Georgian Court in a hurry. Here comes Levasseur through some defenders and shoots and scores! Thomas Levasseur opening it up to a 10-5 lead. So Levasseur makes it 10-5 with 2:42 left now in the third. And that is 6 straight goals now, unanswered by Georgian Court. UDC needs to get a goal here. Stop this run. Try to get this momentum back. It was a 5-5 game at the half. It is now a 10-5 game here in the third. So Georgian Court wins the face-off. Picked up by Germana. Code's like, he's a face-off guy. Go on. Face-off guys get no respect. Tanner Lee getting over to Saraceno, who moves it back to Collins. He's got a head of steam right side alley, shoots it, just blocked away. It'll stay with Georgian Court as Tanner Lee is closest to the ball. Lee on the restart. Xavier Harris is poking at him. Or excuse me, Kyle Cummings. Collins trying to get to a strong hand, loses it. Ball's loose. Can anybody get it? Yes, somebody can. It's Thomas Egan for Georgian Court Lions. So 1:42 left here in the third, and just 20 on the shot clock, though. That's the immediate problem for Georgian Court, but the 10-5 lead, they got a little bit of wiggle room right now. Comes Collins, flips it quickly to Saracino, who misses it. Only 5 left on the shot clock. Quickly picked up and thrown ahead by Levasseur. And another shot clock, or no, I'm sorry, that's Ventresca. Another shot clock violation, though, on Georgian Court. 1:18 to go here in the third. Miller walks it up. He's going to throw it deep ahead. Turner Allison saves it. So Turner is back playing short stick now. They need the goals. They could use Turner up there. I'm sure there's a thought process from Coach Culver with 10-5 game here. Under a minute now here in the third. Turner Allison so versatile. He's going to bring it out. Moves it over to Xander Torres. Torres quickly over to Boyd, to Cote. Cote flipping it to Turner, who shoots and scores! Turner Allison. A hat trick and ends the run of 6 straight goals. So Turner Allison with 34 left here in the third has now made it a 10-6 game. UDC needed that one big time, trailing 10-6, and now it is a 10-6 game. I should say we're trailing 10-5, so ends a 6-goal run. And Georgian Court had with 34 seconds to go here in the third. Matt Hidalgo taking the face off, and we got a hold, they're going to call. Georgian Court quickly heads Segura. Now he's got to wait. Only 25 left in the period. They're going to try to make something happen here. UDC would like to get another goal. You go into the fourth at 10-7, certainly feel a lot better about yourself. Just 10 left. Boko quickly back over to Boyd, quickly to Cote. 9. Cote thinking about shooting, quickly to Boyd. Back to Turner. They only have 5 on the clock. There's a shot from Boyd that's saved by Geisel. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. So after 3, a big one, a big quarter it was for Georgian Court, but UDC finally able to get back on the board with about 1:06 to go in that, or 34 seconds rather, to go in that quarter to make it a 10-6 game. Georgian Court on top. We'll take a quick timeout here on the UDC stream. Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter here at UDC as the Firebirds trail Georgian Court Lions with a score of 10-6. Big fourth quarter coming up, needed for UDC Macaldalgo. And the face-off circle against Billy Germaina for Georgian Court. And slipped between the legs by Germaina, but who's going to pick it up? It's going to be won by Georgian Court. Trey Longley, the conference first teamer in the CACC in 2019. Levasseur being defended by Carson Gregory. Is it back to Hegan? To Boyd. Make that Poole. Poole trying the left side. Gets it back to Collins. Over to Hegan. Saraceno, who's already got 4 goals. Over to Collins. He's going to shoot from up top. It doesn't reach the goal. It gets tipped. Hegan, and there's a shot from Saraceno that doesn't go anywhere because it hit the back of Leon. He's like, where to go? Leon flips it ahead to Torres, and there's a penalty as Leon gets taken out. Collins is going to go into the box. And Leon's shaken up. He has to come out, so Xavier Harris is going in for him. UDC's going to go man up. 13:54 left in the game. Late hit on the head is the call on Collins. On Randy Collins. So 1 minute for UDC at 13:54. So they'll have it till 12:54 if they need it. Hansberry looking to shoot. Back to Boko, over to Druin. Druin thought about it, back to Boko. Defense from Georgian Court so far here. Cote hits a referee with it. Oh no, turnover by UDC. Santa Maria able to get it back to Geisel, who flips it ahead to Hegan. Thomas Hegan splits 2 defenders and gets through. Hegan a little head of steam, but he's going to pull it out. Trying to kill off the little bit that's left of the penalty. Poole taking it in. Gets it over to Saraceno as they're going to count off the penalty, and that's it. We're back to even strength. So coming in is a new midi, Chernoff. Here goes Saraceno, though, looking to shoot, and he does. Saved by Miller. It's out in the middle of the crease. They're trying to poke at it. Everybody's punching at it. UDC's trying to clear it out. Crease violation on Georgian Court after all that. So UDC's Matt Miller quickly ahead to Carson Gregory. 12:30 to go here in the fourth. 10-6. Gregory, a long, wild pass. Out of bounds to Xander Torres. So 12:22 left here in the fourth, and that was not the kind of turnover you wanted at this point for your UDC. Thomas Hegan bringing it in for Georgian Court. Over to Dylan Poole, who switches it over to PJ Saraceno. Saraceno trying the left side. Leon pushing him off. Leon, good to see him back out there. Saved by Miller, and then we're going to get a penalty. I think that's going to be on the Firebirds. It is. It's on Leon, who just got back in the game. So after a clean first half of penalties, we've had quite a few of them here in the second half. So Leon in the... It's a hold on Leon. So a man-up opportunity here for the Lions, up by 4. As they restart at Levasseur, the freshman. Over to Saraceno. Moves it behind the goal. Tanner Lee. Tanner Lee. Oh, there's an opportunity up front and a goal. Is it in? Yes, it is in. A goal, Tanner Lee dotting it over to Gianta. And they take advantage of the man up. Vincent Gianta. First goal of the fourth quarter makes it 11-6 with 11:26 left. Nice pass from Lee. New patience there to wait for his man to get to the spot. So UDC now down 5. 11:26 to go. Do they have a rally in them? We'll see. Pornowat can't get the face off as Germaina flips it back. And clear and ahead of steam, straight ahead, and, well, no, not shooting, thinking about it. Instead moving it. There's a nice pass in the goal to Tanner Lee. Wow, that all happened off of the face-off as he had the full head of steam from Curry. And the floodgates open in here in the fourth now. Make it 12-6. Can UDC stop this Lions wave that is taking place? So 12-6. Georgian court in business with the possession, up 6. There's a shot that's high and wide. Tips Collins, excuse me, Lee. Trying it again, passes across, nobody's there. And there's Collins, and he was out there. He picks up the loose ball. 10:30 to go. Collins now running around the goal, coming this way. Switching hands and shooting, saved by Miller. Ball's loose, but Collins gets his own rebound. Collins keeps the possession going and gets it over to Tanner Lee, 23. Back to Poole. Collins, who flips it over. Saraceno has already got 4 goals. Saraceno loses it. Leon picks it up as Saraceno loses his footing. Now Leon loses his footing. Oh boy. And gets it back to Miller. Miller's got to move pretty quickly. Gets it to Futrell. Just 70 left on the clock. Futrell can't be too patient. Can't be too patient. It's only got about 8 left on the clock. Now he's going to run it through. Good job by Futrell. Gets a touch. And no violation there. Futrell does a great job. We've seen him make some tremendous runs today. Gets it over to Boko. Boko to Torres. Really good clear from Futrell. He's taken upon himself to make it happen. Turner Allison thought about it. Only 33 left on the clock, though. UDC needs some goals and needs some stops. Torres to Druin. Back to Torres. Just 22 left now on the clock. Quickly over to Vo, moves it fast to Turner Allison, who shoots it high and over the fence. So 14 left. It'll be UDC possession, but only 14 left on the clock. 8:46 in the game clock, trailing 12-6. UDC turns it over. Unbelievable. Calvetto gets it back to Geisel. Geisel's going to walk it up. Vo chasing, unable to get that Hegan, the ball from Hegan. So here comes Hegan getting it in for Georgian court. Chernoff now down the left side. Turner Allison guarding him. Hold him off. Curry, move it over to Hegan, back to Curry. Quickly over to Saraceno with Leone on him. Saraceno with a shot saved by Miller. Curry tracks it down. Back over to Hegan with 7:50 left in the game. Curry on the left side alley, saved by Miller. It's loose, and who's going to get it? Druin's going to get it. That's who. Kyle Druin in a hurry. He's got numbers. Numbers for UDC if they want him there. He gets to Boko. Oh, bad pass to Boko and goes out of bounds. So a turnover from the Firebirds. Geisel walking it up, throwing it over. The wind is really getting nasty out here. Calvito gets it ahead to Hegan. Curry sets a screen. Chernoff over to Thomas Hegan. Backs it up. We're under 7 minutes left. It's Randy Collins. Randy Collins making the run down the right side alley. He's going to try to shoot it. Steps up and shoots and scores. Randy Collins came into the game the leading scorer for Georgian court and showing some of those offensive skills there. Makes it a 13-6 game. And 6:36 to go. Firebirds letting this one slip away now. And Xander Torres stretching his leg out. Of course, came in to the last game a little gimpy with that knee, and then today been okay for the most part. Now he's going to get up. Nice round of applause for Xander Torres, who's been toughing it out here for a few games. Scored the first goal of the game, but has been a little quiet since then. Has got 18 goals in the season. The leader in points and goals for UDC. Mac Hidalgo back in to take the UDC face-off. We got Carson Gregory in the near side, Jacob Saunders in the far wing. Looks like Zachary Hermano for the first time as the face-off man. Cleared easily by Georgian court. They needed to get that in. And about 8-9 seconds left. Georgian court with time on their side here. And a 7-goal lead, getting in some reserves now, looks like, too. Seeing some people out there we have not seen thus far. Moving it. 77 for the first time. Iarosi. Iarosi run around. Gets it over to Brandon Lewis. Also the first time for Lewis today. Number 29. Lewis flips it over to Iarosi. It's Rigby with a shot that's going to be wide of the goal. But Iarosi was there to keep the possession with just 4 though on the clock. He loses it. Rigby picks it up, but that's going to be a violation. So with 5:09 to go, UDC will get the ball back, trailing by 7 goals now, though. Another UDC turnover, and we got timeout or out of bounds. Appears to be a timeout. Okay, timeout called for the out of bounds, called out by Georgian Court with 4:49 to go here in regulation. 13-6 the score. Georgian Court in control and with the ball. Game that was 5-5 at halftime, and then a huge third quarter from the visitors from Lakewood, New Jersey, as they scored 5 goals in that third. UDC was able to get the last goal of that quarter, but at that point it was 10-5, then 10-6 going into the fourth, and then 3 goals here in the fourth. And UDC has yet to get on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter, and that's where we stand at 13-6. So cold one here in DC today, and guys from Central Jersey so far on top. Still some reserves out there for Georgian Court as they go deep to the bench. At this point, Curry getting it over. Some nice movement up front. Ball's knocked away. Is it picked up by, no, UDC had a couple chances at it, unable to get Vitrescu fighting for it. Saunders fighting for UDC. And Carson Gregory, what's the call? Going to be a violation on Georgian Court. Quickly, Gregory flips it ahead to Leon. Leon's going to run it ahead. Somebody needs to stay back. Leon's going to get it in. Leon's thinking about shooting. Instead, he throws it off to Vo. Quickly ahead to Cote. Nice pass into the running and cutting Boyd, but what's the call? Offside. Like I said, somebody needs to stay back. They didn't. So 4:10 to go. Another possession for Georgian Court. Curry's going ahead. Curry's got a full head of steam. He's going to pull it back. Gets it back. Murphy's in there. Calvin Murphy. Not that Calvin Murphy. Perillo is in there as well. Perillo flips it over to Heath. Dawson Heath trying the left side. He gets pushed away. Over to Iarosi. It moves it to Perillo. Perillo backing up, 3.5 to go. Murphy. Well, it's Gavin Murphy. Looks like Gifford not having my glasses on. There's a turnover by Georgian Court. It's at 3:21 left. Not that anybody's counting the time down. Miller able to hit Boyd, who gets hit across. He flips it ahead to Boko. So UDC, 3:05 to go. Down by 7. Need to make something happen in a hurry. Druman looking for somebody. Gets it back out to Boko. Boko to Turner. Allison, and he shoots it wide. Turner Allison wide with the shot. Druin picks up the ball. 46 seconds of the clock. 2:45 in the game clock. Cote over to Boyd. Turner Allison's going to think about you. Pulls back. Boko, 24 on the shot clock. Quickly to Cote, shoots it low. It's blocked away. It's his new shot clock. So UDC will have the new shot clock with 2:18 left, but time is running short here. Down by 7. And we got a timeout. So 2:18 left. Firebirds after today will be on the road at Dominican on the 4th, followed by 6 straight road games. Dominican on the 4th, Post on the 11th, 14th at STAC, St. Thomas Aquinas. Mercy on the 21st, at Frostburg on the 25th, and then Roberts Wesleyan on the 4th of April, and then back here against Malloy on the 18th to wrap the season up. So a lot of road games after this one today. So out of the timeout, 2:18 left. New goalie in for Georgian Court. Part of the timeout there for Georgian Court was to get into new personnel. Sebastian Farah, sophomore from Salem, New Hampshire. Cote for UDC. Quickly over to Boyd, who shoots it, and that's saved by Farah. He flips it ahead to Fadali. Fadali quickly gets it up to Bellucci. Bellucci moves it over to Mann. .145, Mann's running behind the goal. Flipping it out to Murphy. Murphy on the left side, attacking Boko, hold him off, and a turnover. As the pass to Iarosi was a little wild. So 1:29 left. UDC going to fall to 3-4 in the season after today. Again, 6 straight road games after today as well. Futrell flips it ahead. Turner Allison. Turner gets it into Cote. Boko thought about shooting, pulls it back. Turner. Oh, Hainsworth loses it. Maxwell Hainsworth picks it back up, getting swatted at. Under a minute now, 47 seconds on the clock, shot clock that is. Hansberry now going to shoot. Oh, loses it. Oh, look at that big divot he left too. So turnover. And another goalie, and there is Candino. Andrew Candino just throws it ahead. And there's a hit that's going to get a flag late in the game. 32 seconds to go. Get Turner Allison taking out Curry there a little aggressively. Legal body check on Allison, so that's what the score is now. The penalty is 32 seconds to go. And the score is 13-6. And a goal, late goal to make it 14-6. I think they're going to get Calvita. No, not Calvita. That's going to be Giunta got it, I believe. Final face-off here, potentially 20 seconds to go. Hidalgo fighting for, Portawad fighting for it. Segura going at it, no. Segura had it, nobody doesn't have it. Leon has it. He's going to take it, just 5 left. Leon's going to take a last shot in this game. He shoots it overhanded, and it's saved. And that's going to do it. Well, Georgian Court and UDC are in a tight 1.5, and then Georgian Court pulls away in the third quarter and in the fourth to win it by the final 14-6. That'll do it here today for the UDC stream. We'll be back at it next week with women's lacrosse action when the Lady Firebirds are back in town. Until then, Scott Jackson saying so long here from Firebird Stadium.